once you've got your body sewn and closed, you want to go ahead and stuff and close your arms and legs. Be sure and turn them first. After you've done that, let's go ahead and put the face on our bear. So you're going to need 2 of your stick pins. Some people use beads to make the eyes of the bear. Some people use French knots. I'm the French knot type of person because the beads just look beady. And if you've made a bear before, you will be more comfortable with placing the eyes, and you can use your marker to draw where they'll go. But the marker is permanent, so before you do that, practice using a pin. So what I'm going to do is put a pin in the bear about where I want the eyes to be. Don't panic. This doesn't hurt the bear. He really doesn't mind. Okay, so pretty scary right now, but that's where I want my eyes to be. After that, I'm going to use my marker. I'm going to lift up my pin just a little bit so I can see where it went in, and I'm just going to make a little dot on the fabric. Same thing with the other side. If you don't want to do it this way, if you just want to use the pins, you can. I find it difficult because I keep stabbing myself with them. All right, and now we have 2 little dots where the eyes will be. So I'm going to take a length of embroidery thread. I use 3 strands. Some people only use 2, but I like 3 because I want the eyes to be big enough to see. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into the body of the bear in the back, right below the head. Again, this does not hurt the bear. I'm going to bring my needle out just very close to that dot. If your needle starts to get stuck in the bear, just squeeze him, it'll come out the other end. Try not to poke yourself. And I'm going to bring this thread almost all the way through. All right. If you haven't made a French knot before, it's very simple. You just need a little practice. You just take your needle and wrap the thread around it 3 or 4 times, and then put the needle, holding the thread taut, back in very close to where you brought it out. And then I'm going to just drive that needle right through that poor bear's head and right out the back seam. Keep holding your thread taut. Pull it on through. All right, so now we have one bear eye. And now I'm going to go back in through the same hole that I came out of in the back of the head. And I'm going to come out on the dot of the other eye, or as close to it as I can get. So you can see it's not quite in the middle of that dot, very close. Poor bear. All right, and then I'm going to make another French knot. Again, I just hold my thread taut, wrap it around my needle 3 or 4 times, back in the same hole. Keep holding it taut, and I just go right out the back of the bear. You see, I'm squeezing it with my thumb so it doesn't move. Pull it. All right, and now we have 2 eyes, and they're placed pretty evenly on either side of the nose. Looks like one is a little bit higher than the other, but that's okay. He's entitled to his personality. Now, I'm going to go back in my seam in the back of my head. And this time, I'm going to come out right where I want the nose to be. Try not to squish the nose in as you do this. All right. And you can see it's coming out right about where the nose will be. Now I'm going to make a line. I'll have to do it and then show you. So I've gone straight across. And then I'm going to go back in right where I began that line. And then I'm going to come down a little bit to where I want the bottom of the nose to be. And make a line across there, like that. Come back out where I went in to be, where I came out to begin with. So what I'm doing is making two parallel lines. And then I'm just going to use just a plain old back and forth stitch, up and down, to fill in so that I can go ahead and make the nose of this bear. I'm going to fill that in, and that's where the bear's nose will be. And I'm just going to fill it in very gently, back and forth like this. Sort of like coloring inside the lines. You don't want to pull this taut, or else the bear's nose will just be flat. Again, this doesn't hurt the bear. He doesn't mind a bit. We've almost got the whole nose. Okay. So now we have a bear nose. He needs a mouth. So I'm going to go in one more time. At the corner of my nose, right here. And I'm going to come out down below his mouth, down below where his mouth will be, right on that seam. So you can see I come out just below his nose. Okay, his nose is filled in. And let's make him a happy bear. So I'm going to put a stitch this way, straight across. It's hard for me to do upside down so that you can see it. And then I'm going to go back in the same hole. If I can do it, upside down. Come out by his nose. Okay, so now he has a mouth, but he needs them connected. So I'm going to go in right where the middle of the mouth is, right there, and I'm going to go right out the back of his head. Okay, there's his face, all ready to go.